Hi, and welcome back to the second hour of this Wednesday edition of Focal Point on AFR Talk. Brian Fisher is my name. Great to have you in the conversation. 888-589-8840. Just a reminder, we have our Share-a-thon coming up October 22 through 24. We need Share-a-thon volunteers. If you'd like to come and man the phones for a shift, you can pick your shift. You can pick your day or days or shifts, plural. Love to have you around as much as you can be here. It's Tuesday to Thursday, October 22 through 24. Go to afr.net. You can sign up there at afr.net, or you can call Deanna at 800-326-4543. Her extension is 204, 800-326-4543. And also, we need listener stories. If AFR Talk, if Focal Point, and other programs have impacted you in some way, they've encouraged you, AFR has been used in your life in some way, as you've been motivated to become engaged in the culture war. You know, we heard from Susan in the last segment. She just found us about 10 months ago. Now her eyes have been opened. She no longer sees things the way she saw them before because she's found a source that she can rely on, a trustworthy, dependable source that evaluates contemporary life according to the scriptures. If you've been motivated in some way to be engaged in the culture war, AFR has helped you in some way. It's helped you grow as a Christian. Anything that encourages you about AFR, you can call and record your story, and we may use them during Share-a-thon. The number to call to record your story, your listener story, is 800-326-4543. Same number to call if you want to volunteer as a phone volunteer, 800-326-4543. Go to option 8 to record your story. You want to sign up to be a volunteer, go to extension 204. Same number. You want to record your story, click option 8. Well, let's grab a couple of phone calls before we jump back into content. Let's 888-589-8840. Let's go to Dale in Searcy, Arkansas. Dale, welcome. What's on your mind?
Yeah.
Yes, Dale, go right ahead.
Okay. Thank you for taking my call.
You bet.
Yeah, I just want to say a couple comments here on the memorial. That just shows the disregard and disdain these Democrats up here, these Democrats have for our servicemen. It just absolutely shows it right there. They have no caring at all for our servicemen.
Yeah, it certainly does reveal something pretty dark, doesn't it? I mean, I'm trying to picture Ronald Reagan doing this. I'm trying to picture George Bush, either of the Bushes doing this. I mean, those guys would bend over backwards to honor these servicemen. If they needed to, they would send their own social Secret Service detail to escort these guys to these monuments. They would do everything in their power to make this trip to the War Memorial something special and memorable. The last thing in the world they would do is put barricades in front of 91-year-old veterans in wheelchairs. So I agree with you, Dale. Anything else you want to add?
Who else was there to help them? Michelle Bachmann. We had some Republicans there to help take down the barricades and help through.
Yep.
That just goes to show what the Republicans think and what the Democrats think.
Yeah.
And one thing that is I agree with you altogether is Obama's there to take down this country, and he's doing an absolutely good job of it, and he has the backing of every Democrat to do it.
Well, and that's why we need to stay engaged, Dale. We need to stay informed. We need to stay engaged. We need to weigh in when we have an opportunity to communicate. In fact, I think we're going to send an action alert out. We're working on it right now on the congressmen who stepped forward, like Steve Palazzo, Louis Gohmert, Michelle Bachmann, Alan Nunnally, Greg Harper, that stepped forward to protect the right of these veterans to visit these war memorials. And when that goes out, take action on that. That's one of the ways we can make a difference in the meantime. All right, Dale, thank you for the call.
Can I say one more comment?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
I called Mark Pryor's office today. I'm out here in Arkansas. I called Mike Pryor's office in Washington. Of course, they couldn't take a phone call because of the shutdown.
That's what they're telling you.
Pardon?
That's what they're telling you. But Congress, their funding is not impacted by this.
Yeah, you got a recording on there.
Yeah, that's
for the shutdown. But I called the local office here, and they answered the phone. So I asked them to give Pryor a message for me and ask him why they think they're so much better than us to be exempted and waived from Obamacare, and we're not. And he's so for Obamacare, he's backing it 100%. why is he not being able to take it? And we have to take it.
Yeah. Did you get any reaction, any response?
Yeah, that's completely false information.
Oh,
he has
man.
to have it.
And see, Dale, whoever that was just lying to you because...
That's what I told him. It's an absolute lie. No, it's just I'm telling you that information I got. It's all kinds of misinformation up there. He has to take it just like everyone else.
No, see, See, they have to go to the exchanges. That's what she's saying. Yeah, they got to go to the exchanges, but they're going to get a 75% subsidy on their insurance premiums, and they're going to have special help to navigate their way through the exchanges. So just a total bald-faced lie. And the Senate last week, and Mark Pryor was one of the Democrats that voted to keep that perk for themselves. The House sent them a bill. They could have voted to remove that exemption, put themselves under Obamacare just like you, Dale, and just like me, and they voted it down. So the Democrats in the Senate made a deliberate vote deliberate vote to preserve that waiver and preserve that exemption for themselves. All right, Dale, listen, thank you for the call and thank you for weighing in. And Pryor is one of those guys that's very vulnerable in Arkansas. He's very vulnerable. He's in a red state. He's a Democrat. He's going to have to watch his steps because he is teetering right on the brink of early retirement. Let's go to Sarah in Dixon, Iowa. Sarah, welcome to Focal Point with Brian Fisher. What's on your mind?
Hi, I was just calling representing Iowa. And I just want to say we really like your show.
Thank you.
But I was just wondering, President Obama, during one of the gun debates, was saying if he lived in Iowa, he'd want a gun too. So perhaps he's afraid these were gun-toting veterans. But my second comment is my daughters and I got to go to Washington, D.C. 2 years ago. And while I was there, I met a man and his wife from Holland. And I had mentioned that my father was a World War II veteran, and the man from Holland thanked me, or said to thank my father. And my father has actually passed away, but he said, if your father didn't help and men like him, then we'd probably be speaking German now. And so I think that the president is not proud of the American exceptionalism. So,
well, and he clearly is not. And I appreciate the call, Sarah. Thank you very much for that. And that's what's just kind of inspiring about these guys. I mean, they took the Lincoln Memorial today. Same guys that took these are World War II vets. The same guys that took the beaches at Normandy, they stormed the Lincoln Memorial. They powered through those barricades just like they did on June 6, 1944. They weren't going to let anything get in their way. They were going to take the beaches. They were going to take the cliffs. They were going to get to their destination. That's exactly what these guys did today. Kind of an inspiring story to me. They weren't going to let Hitler stop them in 1944. They're not going to let Barack Obama stop them in 2013. You are listening to Focal Point on AFR Talk, 888-589-8840, number to call if you want to join the program. We will be right back with more. We'll get into a little bit of these healthcare glitches. Visit that for one segment before we talk to Steve Palazzo, bottom of the hour. Stay with us, Focal Point, AFR Talk.